That's a beatdown. 28-5. Damn.
Yeah, yesterday was like 4-1. Today they're winning. It's 8-4 when I just went downstairs. It was 8-4.
So you thinking Toronto goes all the way?
I'm really hopeful that they sweep. Yeah, they're up fucking 8-4.
I meant in general this whole season.
Oh, obviously, yeah, they're my favorite team. My favorite team, my favorite sport to watch is baseball. So I'm like the most committed to the Blue Jays.
Well,
so yeah,
shit.
that'd be fucking great. I'm not gonna call that shot though.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. Let's get this going in 3, 2.
What's going on, friends? It's your boy Stan Tenacious TX Vapes. You are listening to the sexiest podcast since Betty White, and now, Shedtime.
Welcome back, and I hope you brought your popcorn because it's going to be a fun time. And yeah, we were just talking a little bit about baseball, and that was one of the only sports I couldn't watch live. Like, I need that TV at home, kicking it with the homies situation if baseball's on. I can't do the live baseball game. It's just so slow and quiet and not very exciting.
Dude, I feel like you're talking to the two worst people about this right now. Because let me tell you what, bro. Everything you said is the complete opposite. I love watching live baseball, bro, because I feel like there's points when I'm watching where I am on the field. You know what I mean? Like, I may not be even close, but like, depending on what's going on, I may be so into whatever plays happening that I'm just like, oh, not only that, but like, I'm sure, Chris, you grew up playing baseball, right? I grew up playing baseball. Like, it's in our blood, man. If you grew up like Sean, I'm pretty sure you may have like played like a little game here or there with your buddies, but you didn't play like on teams growing up.
No, I was not a baseball team member ever.
See, that was the thing. Like, I grew up, and I like from the time I was, from T-ball pretty much all the way up to like my freshman, sophomore year of high school, like baseball was like my sport. You know what I mean? There was a small gap within there that I couldn't play because of my hip surgeries and shit. But like, as soon as I could get back and walk and run again, shit, I was back out there on the field. And dude, there was a point in my life where I wanted to be a professional baseball player. That was like goals. You know what I mean? So dude, watching it live brings me back to those times where I would be on the field playing or be sitting in the dugout watching what's going on. And like, for me, it's like, I almost kind of have like that inside baseball. Yeah. Perfect time to use that term. Inside baseball sort of things where it's like, I kind of can like almost predict what might happen in a certain situation, or kind of sit there and think, okay, well, this is where they're at in the count, as far as like the pitching, maybe going, all right, he's probably going to be throwing like a changeup or like a curveball or something to kind of throw him off here. Or, he's going to throw that straight heater down the center, and we're going to see if he's going to be able to fucking get it or not. You know what I mean? Like, those sorts of things, as well as like, I'm not as far as into like the, the data aspect as Chris is, as far as like the stats and that sort of thing. But like, just like the whole, like, just play calling aspect of it and stuff like that, and just like the base running and like the kind of like anything could happen sort of situation where you might be having the best people in the best positions, but somehow someone just decides to not put their glove all the way down in the dirt, and it goes right between their legs, and a fucking easy out at first turns into fucking a double because of fucking some slip ups or some shit. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just like that unknown aspect, as well as kind of like having that sort of kind of predictability, but not really, because you don't necessarily know what's going to happen. Like, when you're there live, dude, it's so much more entertaining for me than watching it on TV. Like, I was never a big watch the game like on TV guy. Like, if my buddies are watching it, I'd watch the game. But like, if I was at home on myself, it's not like, oh, so and so's playing, I got to put the fucking game on. You know what I mean? Like, I was never that big. But like, if you're saying like, oh, we're gonna go see the minor league team play, or like we're gonna go, someone's got tickets to like the Angels or whatever. Like it didn't really matter who was playing. I just wanted to go and watch because it was so entertaining to be there at the field watching shit go down and seeing like the players at the height of the skill level out there doing their thing and doing shit that I wanted to do out on the field. You know what I mean? Like that was the cool aspect.
Well, let me ask you though, like, is it always quiet at stadiums, or is that a Fenway thing?
What do you mean?
Dude,
Like,
I feel like Fenway would be loud as shit, dude.
Like in the games I've ever been to, like, Fenway doesn't have like a loudspeaker announcer really, like calling anything, no play-by-play kind of thing, playing out loud or anything. It's quiet. And so if fans aren't making noise, it's quiet. You can hear a pin drop in that place.
Maybe every time you went, like the Red Sox just got pumped. But dude, I remember as a kid more so, maybe people still do it. I'm sure there probably are some people that do it, but I used to remember seeing people who would wear headphones. So they'd be listening to the radio call while sitting in the stands.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might make it more enjoyable.
They don't
for
really
me.
At the field, they don't necessarily have anybody calling the play-by-play because at that point, you're telling the field, the players on the field what's going on. You know what I mean? In reality, you don't want them to necessarily know as far as like maybe a base runner goes. You don't want him, base runner. You don't want him to know where the ball is if you're playing defense. You know what I mean?
I get that, but like it's, you don't even get like and Mariano Rivera is coming up to bat. Like you don't even get that.
Oh no, most games I've ever been to, that's the thing, bro.
Yeah, like they still have that. They'll have play up, like walk up songs.
Yeah, they'll tell you like who's like coming up to like pitch that inning and those sorts of things. And
I wasn't experiencing that when I went, and I was like, man, it's really mad weird. Fucking quiet.
That's weird.
That's lame.
Like I was,
Fenway.
I was like ready to fall
dude.
asleep.
And then they do like little chants periodically throughout the game. You know what I mean? Like in between like innings or like after like an out or some shit, they'll play something through the speaker like a and you get like the whole charge sort of shit like you do it like a football game sort of thing. Like, they still do that sort of stuff.
I will say the Sweet Caroline thing out here is always fun.
Or the good old seventh inning stretch, man.
Yeah, that's when they sing Sweet Caroline. I actually don't like it, but like I like the fact that people all do it, I guess.
Well, that's the thing. I'm not like a fan of the song per se, but I like the whole fact that like it's been a tradition as long as it has. People breathe that shit when it happens. Like that's the loudest that place gets. If you don't have to be at Fenway when that happens,
dude,
to
I feel like
it
also depends on like what like game you're at, like if it's like a part of a series, if it's like a really intense game, like those are the situations where you're really going to get the most crowd interaction because something's
it
kind
wasn't
of on
a
the
Yankees
line.
Game, that's for sure. It was never
I
Yankees
guarantee
game.
If it was like a Yankees Sox game, dude, it would have been a totally completely different experience because there's going to be some shit going down, bro, because that rivalry is real. You know what I mean? But yeah, dude, like just going to a game is just an experience, man. Just going to any live sporting event, I feel makes it, because dude, I've gone to like sporting events that I don't even know much about the sport. You know what I mean? It's like I went to a fucking hockey game. Not really into hockey. I kind of get the premise. I get the basic idea, but like it was never anything I was super into. I've gone to two now. I went to one like kind of like minor league, and then I went to a Penguins game when I went to go hang out with Will, Steel Valley. And dude, it was fucking sick, dude, because like you're literally there getting to see these guys play the sport at the best of it. The ability, you know what I mean? Doing their thing, watching these guys fly across the fucking ice and do crazy fucking shit with the puck, dude. It was nuts. You know what I mean?
I really do enjoy live hockey.
Or even like a football game, dude. Like I went and saw the Rams Colts game, season opener a few years back when the Rams just came back to LA. Like, dude, that was a fucking crazy experience, dude. I got sunburnt the fuck. Dude, I was red like a lobster by the time I left because there's no shade in the fucking stadium because they were playing at the Coliseum at the time, which was cool. That was a dope experience, playing like the Coliseum in LA. That was sick. But, dude, of course, we got fucking shut out. I'm a Colts fan, and we just got fucking hammered. But it was still a cool experience, dude, to actually be there and watch the players like in time play it instead of like watching it on a screen.
Oh, dude, live sports
And seeing
is
what
awesome.
happens in
Live
between.
music is awesome. Like
Yeah.
everything about it is an experience, right?
Because you get
like,
to
you
feel
can
it,
watch the
dude.
game at home, but like when you go there and you get to watch it, it's like, I don't know,
Well,
there's more to it. It's just like a concert. I can watch
100%.
a concert on my computer, but you don't get the energy and you don't get the vibe from that place that night.
Yeah, exactly.
That moment, right?
It's like
Well,
a
that's
NASCAR
like
event, bro.
NASCAR. I was gonna say NASCAR is truly
Bro.
one of those. You can only understand its appeal if you go to a race.
Dude, I'll tell you what, because like it's like the whole experience, bro. Like the whole like beforehand tailgating outside before, you know what I mean?
You're
They
half
got, like,
cocked by a fucking chain link fence when these cars go by at 200 miles an hour, and you feel it like shake your whole core.
Not
You're
only
like,
that, dude, but if you get like the headset where you get like the whole pit crew experience where you can hear the crew
Yeah,
chief
dude.
talking to the drivers and all that sort of thing, or you get the pit passes where you get to walk through the pits and like see the different fucking drivers and the cars and the pit crews.
And you can get headsets and watch the
Yeah.
race through.
yeah,
and
bro.
have people what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. All the drivers operate
crazy.
on radio channels like a regular scanner operates on.
So you could just literally get a headset.
So they sell
tune
little
into
headset
whoever your favorite
scanners.
driver is and listen to him and his crew chief talking about what's going on during the race.
So like if Dale Earnhardt Jr. is your favorite driver, you can tune in and listen to all the communication back and forth between them. And then decide, all right,
how much does that experience cost? I feel like that's got to be expensive.
it's
Dude,
it's like a $20 rental.
It's not that, but it's not bad, bro.
Literally,
because you got to think about it. Think about how much you paid just to get in, dude, just for your original ticket. Like they've already got you there.
Is nothing.
Well, this is the thing, Chris. Like you can go to Walmart tomorrow or go on Amazon right now and for $10 or $15 get a radio scanner that like you listen to like police radios for and shit like that. You can buy one of those, and then all you got to do is a little bit of Google searching, and you can get all of the frequencies for all of your favorite drivers. And then you don't have to pay those people a fucking cent because you brought your own scanner in and you plug in your headset there. So like that's all it is. It's like a fucking police scanner headphone set. You can buy your own for probably $10 on Amazon right now. But yeah, that's when it's an experience, because like that, and that's another one of those, right,
dude. And you don't
metal benches in the sun.
You don't get to actually appreciate how fast these cars are moving when you're watching them on TV either, because it doesn't look all that fast. But when you're literally sitting there in the stands and you're like, when you see them go across the backstretch, it's more like TV because you can kind of see the cars, you know what I mean? But once they get like right in front of, dude, it's a blur. You don't see a fucking thing. It's just boom, 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 and you feel every car as it moves by you, bro. You feel it in the stands, dude. It's fucking intense.
Like if you come from a NASCAR family like I do, my father's a junkie.
Oh, dude, my dad's probably out there watching a race right now.
Yeah, my father's a NASCAR junkie. You also know like where the notorious crash areas are around the stands, and you try to buy seats in those areas because you want a show, right? And where are people going to spin out? Oh, it's usually in this third corner. All right, well, let's try to get tickets around the third corner. Even cooler, right? Some people don't know this. There's also the VIP experience. So you can get a VIP ticket to NASCAR events. And what that does is lets you into a tent behind the scenes. And in that tent, there's usually catered food and drink and a meet and greet with the driver before they even go out onto the field.
Dude, at like California Speedway, they actually have box seats in the center of the track, like behind the pits, like to where you're literally in like a box like seat, like you would be in like a stadium where it's like Sean says, where like you got food catered and stuff. You've got nice air conditioned seats where you've got like glass on both sides where you can see around the entire track. And you can just literally sit in these fucking box seats with the fucking, probably got TVs in there telling you what's going on. And you can watch the race from inside the track while they're going around you instead of watching it from the outside.
There's also places with infield camping So
Oh, yeah, dude,
infield
where
camping, you can
drive
literally
your
pull an
RV and
RV
camp,
out and
sit
camp
on
all
top of your
weekend.
camper and watch the race as it goes around you.
Yeah, and same thing. You're in the middle, in the infield of the track, and you're able to watch it from your
That's
camper.
crazy, man. I know a lot of people don't understand, they're just driving in circles, but dude, there's a lot that actually goes into it, man.
It's
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 strategy.
It's a vehicular ballet dance.
Dude, it's an endurance thing because, dude, you got to think about it. These guys are doing like 500 laps around this thing, which is not, it's a lot, dude. And these races last, hour, 2
3,
hours. And these guys
4.
aren't getting out of these cars. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They're literally sitting in there sweating their fucking asses off while they're trying to keep these
if you got to
cars
take a
on
piss,
a specific line to make the fastest lap around these tracks. You know what I mean? It's a lot more than just making a left turn.
and you have team members, and so you're also communicating with
Working
your
together,
team members,
pushing each other, drafting off each other,
exactly,
moving
because
each other up the line.
in NASCAR, it's all points. So you're
Especially
trying to
with the way
move
they're
up the
doing it now,
leaderboard.
they're doing heats, bro. Or they're doing like they're doing heat races almost, where it's like if you win a certain amount of heats, you get a certain amount of points, and if you and your teammate are in the top 3, your team gets fucking points, and that does stuff for your sponsors and your team and that sort of shit, and it's more incentives, and
And
they're getting a lot more technical with it now too.
If you're like really about that life, or you're friends with somebody who's really about that life, you can get the whole weekend pass, and that usually, like, you've got the Bush League before, like on a Saturday usually,
The truck
and
series,
the truck series, and
Dude,
some
truck
of your
series is fun
favorite
to
drivers, they actually do all of them. So like there are times that, like, you might be a fan of, say, Kyle Busch, because I think he was one of those guys who used to do it back in the day. But he had a Busch League car. He had I think at the time it was Winston Cup. He had a Winston Cup car, and I think he had a truck too. And so he would come out and race all 3 days in a row. Like, you're a savage.
It's crazy, man.
So,
And now they're starting to
NASCAR.
incorporate like dirt track and more street course fucking races in the series and stuff, which is cool because then you're seeing like these NASCARs going through like, a track like an IndyCar would be going through. You know what I mean? With rights and lefts and, tight corners and this sort of shit. So they have to race a completely different setup than what they're used to.
well, yeah, these European, Le Mans races, things like that, they're starting to really get American attention now. And like NASCAR has to compete.
Do you guys watch do you watch any sort of like motorsport racing at all, Chris? Or have you in the past?
Honestly, no, not really. Like I would flip by it sometimes. Like maybe watch like a couple of like drag runs or something like that. But like, no, I've never really been that into watching that shit on TV. If you ask me to like go to the track to like watch it, I'd be like way more likely, I think. I remember as a kid, I went to the Molson Indy a couple times, which is like the Indy car stop in Toronto, and it's a street run. So they close down like sections of Toronto and they race on the streets.
That's sick.
And it was pretty cool. It was like the same like idea of like what you're saying, like the sounds, like when you'd hear them, it was crazy. And like I was probably in the area of like 10 to 13 and went a couple times. And so I thought it was pretty cool. But the one thing that I always was like, man, you can really just like, you kind of like post up in a fucking corner.
Yeah, and you just wait for one
just wait for cars to come. Like that's the one thing, it's like you kind of get bored, a little bit bored. But it was cool. And like we went through like the pit the one time I went, because one of my dad's buddies was like really into like car racing. He was like always, would throw parties. He was like had a group of friends who would like throw parties for every Molson event or every F1 event. And so like they'd go to people's houses. So it'd be like, let's say there's like 8 of us and everyone hosted one of the races, and you just like go over to like my place and I would like have food and whatever, and it would be like an experience or whatever. And so he was really into car racing. So he got to like, I can't remember. He paid money or maybe he used connections. He was like a business dude. And we like got to go walk through the pits and we got to like see them work on the cars and like all like the fucking computers and the shit that they'd have set up, like running all of them. This was like going back into the early 90s. But it was cool. I just never thought it was like much entertainment to watch on TV. If it's like a racing that's, person driven, as in like that's the power, I'm more into watching it. Like I'll watch like a biathlon, or like I'll watch a marathon or a Tour de France event or something like that.
Dude,
over me watching like auto racing.
you know what else is like a super dope like motorsport event to go to is like a supercross race, dude.
Yo.
Or like dude, I once won a few times. I've gone to Anaheim Supercross, where like they build a supercross track inside of Angel Stadium, which is pretty fucking sick.
They do that at the Skydome too.
And
that's right.
like I've had the chance to go walk through the pits and meet the riders and check out the bikes and get autographs and that sort of thing. But then like when you're out there racing, when they're racing, dude, like really you get to see the entire track in its entirety, you know what I mean, from the stands, because you're up higher and you can see the whole thing. So you're literally watching all these dudes on these fucking bikes just going around these tracks, hitting these fucking crazy jumps, going through these crazy whoop sections, and seeing these guys do these block passes in the berms and knocking each other out and like all this shit, and getting to see crazy fucking crap, dude. It is fucking an experience, dude. Like when you watch it on TV, it's cool to see, but like when you're actually there, dude, that's like another one that's like I highly recommend if you like are into like that sort of thing, going and checking that shit out, dude. Because going to a live,
I remember
like
going and watching that. They actually used to do like a thing in Toronto, and it was they'd have like a motocross, and then it was like a fucking 4-hour event kind of thing. So there'd be like motocross during the day that you could go to, but it was a separate ticket. And then they'd have like the finals for whatever it was, and then it would lead into monster trucks.
nice.
Dude,
Dude, monster trucks are dope to go to too.
Like the middle of the dirt bike track, and the dirt bikes did like a shit on the outside. So you'd go and you'd watch like it would probably be maybe like 10 races on dirt bikes.
Do you guys go to the monster jams growing up, man? The old monster truck shows?
I never got to them, but I want to.
Like a bunch. I've probably been like twice.
Dude, we used to go quite a bit,
boy,
man.
I won free tickets because I was like so good at delivering. They're like, you won delivery guy of the month, and you get these tickets. To fucking Monster Jam.
We used to get tickets because the San Bernardino Fairgrounds is right up here where I grew up at, and they always used to have like fucking monster truck shows, or like the dirt track racing, or like they used to do the sidecar, like the motorcycle sidecar racing there. They just brought it back not too long ago, where it's like you got one dude on the motorcycle and one guy on like the sidecar fucking leaning through the corners and shit.
Doing counterweight. Yeah,
dude, it's pretty sick. We used to go to those growing up quite a bit, and that was pretty dope.
See, I never got to go to monster trucks, but like I've done tons of demolition derbies and shit like that.
That would be sick. I would love to go to like one of those, dude. I've never been to a demo derby.
Oh, dude, I've been to that a lot of times.
Yeah, I've been to tons of those.
That would be so sick.
We have a small racetrack out here called Seekonk Raceway. And
I need to dab to that. I haven't dabbed yet this episode.
Yeah. And like at Seekonk, around the 4th of July every year, they have this big like 4th of July weekend celebration blowout. And they do like a full day of just random weird races. So it'll be stuff like motocross, and then they'll jump into things like funny cars, classic cars, semi-pro, pro-ams, the whole nine. It was super fun.
Fuck yeah, dude. Which one do we go with here, boys? Grape gelato or some white runts?
Grape gelato.
Grape. Yep, that was my vote.
I was thinking the same thing, boys.
Yeah, we're all on the same page. No, dude, there's actually like this fall fair every year in like this town that my mom grew up in, which was like a 5-minute drive away from the town that I grew up in. And they used to have like a fall fair, and it would be Thanksgiving weekend, like Canadian Thanksgiving weekend. And they used to have a smash up derby on the Friday night that would like kind of kick off the weekend. And I remember going to it like every year for like a decade, probably. It was fucking awesome. Dude, you'd see like people, and because they had like a nice big grandstand, and then there was like this pit with like this big, cement wall to like protect fucking people from like the cars smashing through and shit. And yeah, dude, there was like people would always like soup up the cars like something so ridiculous. I remember one year this dude won and he had a fucking toilet mounted to the roof of the car.
Fuck yeah, I did.
And it was like sponsored by a fucking
A
like
plumber?
a Johnny on the spot guy. No, it was like a Johnny on the spot or like a porta potty or whatever.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, but yeah, dude, I remember just seeing they'd smash because I don't remember if it was always this way, but it was always like you could only smash going in reverse.
What?
Yeah. So like you couldn't smash like front end, like you can be just drive right in.
Oh, that
like,
way
staring at them.
So your car could keep driving.
Yeah, maybe.
Probably.
Or maybe there'd be like more likely an explosion then, because maybe if you had like a rear gas tank, you had to like put it into a different spot. There might be like a code. I'm not really completely versed on like the smash up derby, fucking checklist, but I do know that it was always fun to go watch them. There was another one. There was a fair on like May 24 weekend, and in a different town that had a nice smash up derby. And there, by the time I was like in my late teens, I started knowing people that were like driving in the smash up derby, so it was like even more fun to watch because you'd like see some dude you knew or like your buddy, and he'd like bought some car for $150, did whatever he needed to do, got it running good enough. And now he's in this smash up derby, and you're like, fucking smash up, bro. Because at that festival, I always went there like just lit as fuck.
Oh yeah,
It was
I feel
at
like you have
night and
to.
it was like dark still.
Fuck yeah.
Good times, man.
Ooh.
Schaumburg Fair, Woodbridge Fair. Thank you
Yeah.
for the memories.
We got a place, Marshfield Fair, that does that. And it's the same thing. Like theirs is the demo derby is the end,
Cheers,
the
boys.
final night is a
Okay.
giant blowout. But yeah, they'll do like tractor pulls, the demolition derby, the whole shebang like that. Drag races, and it's a ton of fun. Is your fair one of those too, where like all these weird vendors come out and they sell like weird crafts and like
Oh yeah, dude. Well,
odd shit?
there's definitely a bunch of weird shit at those fairs, like definitely, because it's like basically like a small. It's not quite a county fair, but like it's like the town in a county's fair. But there's not necessarily like a county fair up here, like
Yeah,
a state
so
fair.
that's kind of how ours. That's kind of
You know
how
what I mean?
ours is too. Yeah, because Marshfield's one town, and it's not like a Plymouth County fair.
Yeah, so there's multiple of those, but like some of the bigger towns do it up more. Like depending on the town size, there's definitely like more of a draw.
Dude, the crazy
But-
thing is, San Bernardino County Fair happens up here in Victorville, even though San Bernardino is about 20 minutes away from here. But
Are
the
you
fairgrounds
Is
are
it
up
in-
here.
But is it in?
But yeah, Victorville's
county?
in San Bernardino County. Yeah.
Well, then that's probably why it was probably cheaper to fucking put everything and all that stuff. And they're like, oh well,
There's more
There's
space
that
here.
somewhere.
I always
more.
thought that was weird growing up as a kid. Like I was like, why? Why is it called the San Bernardino County Fair? It's not even in San Bernardino.
but
Yeah,
it's in the county.
And then my
of
mom's
San
like, but it's in the
Bernardino.
county.
Yeah.
I'm like, but like and then I think about it too, because like they have the National Orange Show, like that's in Orange County, or not in Orange County, in San Bernardino. So it's like, why don't you throw it there? Like you have a way bigger like fairground site there.
well, don't you guys have an onion festival out there too?
I don't know.
There's
My-
probably festivals for about
There's probably all kinds of shit,
yeah.
dude, that I don't know about.
My wife was telling me about it. It's somewhere out in your region from when she was growing up. But there's an onion festival that goes on as well to celebrate the onion harvest. And like I kind of want to see
Never heard
that.
about it, bro.
Yeah, like I kind of want to see that just because I'm like, what's going on at the onion festival? Like,
Dude, it'll just be a festival and there'll be like onion centric things.
Yeah.
But there'll be just all the other regular things.
right? Like
'Cause,
it's like buy my
dude, the
dish
town-
towels with onions on them.
the town that I grew up in, it had this like real big festival. And it's called the Bonner Twine Festival, and it used to like draw like probably 50,000+ people, and it was a 1-day event. It was just a Saturday, and it was always the first Saturday after Labor Day weekend, and that's when it would be because it historically was like the halfway point for a lot of people they were coming from like the outskirts, and like at that point, hours and hours or a day away from Toronto, that they would get to where I was. And that was like harvest season where they'd be coming down to like sell their bales of hay or sell their fucking vegetables that had finished and like were ready or whatever. So it just like started that way. And then as like a centennial project in 1967, some of the community members like decided that they were going to revive it because it stopped for like 25 years or maybe like since the Depression or something like that. And so then they revived it in 1967. So by the time I was a kid, like I was 13 years old, or sorry, it was 13 years old again when I was born. So like my life, it was like 20 years, whatever else. Now I guess it would be from 1967. It'd be like 55 years back going. But yeah, dude, there'd be like 50,000 people. It would like shut down the entire main drag and like some of the offshoot streets off the main drag, and there'd just be vendors the entire way. There'd be like the streets were obviously closed, and there'd just be people everywhere. There'd be like old timey games. There was like a competition. There was like the binder twine queen. So you became the queen for binder twine, and so it was like the queen contest, and it was like held at like 4:30 or 5 o'clock on the main stage, and like people would have to go through these like old timey challenges where they would have to like flip flapjacks in a fucking like a griddle thing and you'd have to like see how many flips you could do. I can't remember exactly. There was like a milk cow. There was like calling pigs. There's like all these
this
like,
is
ridiculous
gold.
shit. Yeah,
this
dude,
is
actually
gold.
like a girlfriend of mine, she ended up like winning, and I think she ended up winning like twice, and she got paid like, I don't know, dude, it was like $500 or $1,000 for winning.
Nice little cash prize, huh? No shit.
Yeah, dude, it was fucking crazy.
Dude,
But yeah, it was just like one of those things that I remember always enjoying it.
See,
They used to have like all
that's
the
dope.
food booths, man. They'd serve back bacon on a bun. Oh,
Yeah,
so
like
good, dude.
we have something that's not that involved here. They call it the Waterfront Festival, and that similarly they shut down the entire main drag on the waterfront. And down in that segment of the area where like the Plymouth Rock is and stuff like that, there's also a bandstand that was built. And so they'll shut down that whole strip of road and same thing, fill it with vendors on all sides, everywhere up and down, and it becomes a pedestrian area. And there'll be food vendors, art vendors, all sorts of random stuff. And then they'll also host concerts throughout the day of different musical artists. And I actually remember there's this one dude, I think it's Chakula Smith is his name. He's a folk artist, but he drives what he calls the hunger bus, and all of his shows he takes donations for feeding the homeless. And so he'll take food, he'll take money, whatever it is, and like he'll get it to your local homeless. And I think it's just such a cool drive for your performances, you know what I mean? So I remember we had him a few times, but one of my favorite things is there's a family of Thai food makers who do a lot of these kind of events, and they seem to always buy a spot at the Waterfront Festival, and they make one of the most amazing pineapple fried rice I've ever had. Every time I see them, I'm like, I need the pineapple fried rice and the chicken teriyaki. Oh my God, dude. So amazing. And now that I'm saying it, it might be that time of year where coming up where they're going to have it. So maybe I can cop me some goods.
Dude, I remember like going to like country fairs and like all that shit, and they'd always have like that little donut fucking trailer that you could watch it go across the conveyor line and get flipped halfway through and like all the fucking oil or whatever. And then it would come out and you just grab it. They'd like put whatever fucking icing sugar and shit on there and get it in like that white paper bag. Oh, I want those right now so bad.
Oh yeah.
Dude, apple
Dude,
cinnamon are the
we're already
fucking
starting with
best
food, man.
ones.
Jeez.
Well, man, it was a small step away from what Charles is saying.
Oh, that sounds delicious though.
Oh
Yo,
man, fair food though is
dude.
always so
Dude,
good.
fair food's the shit, dude, because they
I'm gonna have
always
to
have
go to
the
a fair
things.
this year, I think.
Because they always have the stuff that you can't get other than at a fair. You know what I mean? It's always
Yeah.
that. There's always that one thing, you know, like
Normal restaurants aren't deep frying Oreos.
yeah, exactly, or like a deep fried Twinkie, bro. Have you ever had a deep fried fucking Twinkie, dude? What the
No, but
fuck?
I
Or
still
a
need to try
Snickers?
it.
Oh, dude, it's crazy.
Dude. All right. I'm not a Snickers guy, but
I'm a
I
big
would
funnel cake guy too, man. I love funnel
Oh,
cake,
funnel
bro.
cake. Oh my
Big
god.
funnel cake guy.
I'm well aware that you're going to be able to get the opportunity
I'm
to
getting
eat
some
your
funnel cake
fucking weight
this
in funnel
upcoming
cake.
weekend, bro, with a
Oh,
little
yeah,
bit of
it's
some
true.
boysenberry and a little whipped cream, bro. It's gonna be.
Yes.
I'm probably gonna have like 2 in that day while I'm there, just cause I can. I'm
Oh,
gonna feel
100%.
terrible afterwards, but I don't care. It's gonna be worth it.
I got
It will
a
be.
I got a pizza place that makes fried dough, and the way they do it is like fried dough nuggets.
Yeah, and then they
Oh my
cinnamon sugar
God.
them.
Yeah, you can do that or just regular powdered sugar. So you can basically it's exactly like Uncle Chris was saying. They throw all the nuggets in there, put your fucking seasoning, whether it's the powdered sugar or the cinnamon sugar, and then they just shake that bitch.
It's almost like a powdered donut.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so
You can get
damn
like there's
good.
some of them have like cocoa, some of them have like apple and cinnamon. There's like multiple
I don't care,
different
dude. I just want it.
versions.
I'm actually super stoked for this upcoming weekend, boys. Not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, dude. I know
Um,
that you're gonna have a fucking
They'll
good
actually
time
be listening to this while I'm there.
Yeah, that's
Or
a
no.
fact.
Maybe
on their way
not.
home.
We'll
Well,
see.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
gonna be
We'll
see.
This is the episode for that weekend. Either way.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, all intents and purposes. But we all need
I'm excited, dude.
a fun mental break, and that's gonna be a great fun mental
It's
break.
just gonna be a nice getaway, dude. I'm not gonna have to worry about no bullshit. Just hang out with some cool dudes and friends, and just fucking get high, drink a couple brews, eat some food, go to an amusement park that I haven't done. Fucking like that's kind of the one. Like just to get on a fucking roller coaster, bro, and like who knows how long it's been. That's gonna be fun.
See, I look
'Cause I
forward
used
to
to
our
go
next
quite a bit.
episode to hear the stories
Yeah,
after where
'cause
you
I-
guys are telling me all these like
Dude, I used to go quite a bit to like amusement parks. Were you guys big amusement park guys growing up? Like, did you have one near you that you used to frequent? Because I had a season
I
pass
did.
to
Yeah, I
our
did
Six
Seasons
Flags,
Pass.
and me and my brother and my sister, we'd go all the time, dude. Because I love roller coasters, man. That rush that you get. I used to be kind of scared of them for a little bit. There was a point, but my aunt took us to Knott's Berry Farm, believe it or not, and she held a class and she called it getting bar fried certified. That's what she called it as kids. You know what I mean? If you could ride a roller coaster with a loop that goes pretty quick, then you're bar fried certified and you can ride any roller coaster. You know what I mean? So it's like she took us around the park and gradually went up as far as intensity of roller coasters. And by the end of it, man, we hit every coaster in the fucking park, dude. And then she gave us their certifications, and we were ready to rock. And then
you were junkies from there on.
Yeah, and then we graduated up to Six Flags, where their roller coasters were definitely a lot more intense. They have a lot more to choose from as far as that goes. But dude, Knott's is just a cool, just like little, family park. You know what I mean? If you want to just take your little kids, take them to like the little ghost town area,
Dude,
they can,
yeah.
check that out, and then you can, take them on the little log ride, and they got a couple of, a little bit more, uppity roller coasters for more of the teenage age kids. But for adults, it's not necessarily like the most thrill seeking one, but it's just a cool vibe to walk around and just vibe. And that's what's going to be cool with us having a big group, is like hopefully it's not super packed or anything like that. It's just gonna be chill, man.
Yeah, it's I was I was fortunate when I was younger out here. We had this place called Riverside Park, and Riverside Park and Riverside Speedway, as a strangely as a callback. So you had Riverside Speedway doing amateur races, and then the amusement park that was attached to the whole complex. And my mother's one of my mother's best friends happened to live in a town that was only like 20, 30 minutes away from that park. So we would routinely, probably once a year for, 3, 4, maybe even 5 years of my life, we would go spend like a 3-day weekend up at their house out in the fucking mountains here in Massachusetts. Because yes, there are mountains out here. And we go spend, a 3-day weekend out there with them. And one of the days we would be definitely going to Riverside. And more often than not, we would spend the day at Riverside. And then at night we would go catch the night race. And it'd just be, just amateur racers going around a dirt track, but it was fun to watch. So we would go. But that place was cool as shit. And that was where I discovered I don't like roller coasters. But that like once in a while there are certain levels I'm willing to go to. I don't like the crazy stuff. It's just not for me. I'm one of those people, adrenaline will make me sick, or I black out, and I don't like it. It's just not for me. But there was so many other cool things, other rides, stuff like that. Like I could do like the Viking boats and shit like that, but I'm not into the bigger roller coaster
you guys
stuff.
remember those ones where it's like the big fucking circle and you like lay up against the wall?
Yes. And it starts like tilting.
And then you're like stuck to the fucking wall and shit.
Yeah,
like you can like turn upside down. And,
like I'll fuck with all of those. Like I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? Like I'll do the
shit.
Yeah, like you remember what is it? They call it like the rock and roll, whatever or something. And it's usually like just a small train of cars, and you go through this whole short course, but the course keeps undulating like up and down, back and forth the whole time. Like those are a blast. But unfortunately, Riverside no longer exists, nor does the raceway, because along came Six Flags and bought it out. And so they tore down the raceway to expand their footprint, make a much bigger park. So now we have a Six Flags, which is cool. It's Six Flags, you know what I mean? Like
Six Flags is where it's at with
that's
you're
it
looking for thrill rides.
It's not what Riverside was, but it's the Six Flag experience. So you can still have a lot of those same rides that I don't dislike.
They've got some weird ones at the Six Flags up here, like the Green Lantern roller coaster is a trip, bro. Because like what it is it's like you got two cars on either side of the fucking track, right? And like you're going through this track, but the track is built on top of itself vertically, you know what I mean? So like as you're going, the seats turn on the outside of the track as like you're going through this like fucking thing. That's like it's weird.
You're spinning like this as the whole
like
thing's moving.
But it changes directions like as you're going through the fucking thing. So as you're
it's usually like
one of those little things
force.
When you're a kid where you used to like slide like the little fucking like bead through like the fucking tracks or whatever. It's like that, but like you're like a spinning fucking thing on the dude. It's weird, dude.
Nope, couldn't do it.
Weird.
Couldn't do it. Too many concussions. I can already feel the headache happening.
Weird. No.
Yep. I can already feel the headache happening just hearing about it.
Dude, some of my favorite ones are like the suspended roller coasters where it's like you're like hanging and like your feet are just like doing their thing. Like
some of those I can do.
But I like the ones with all the crazy loops and corkscrews and drops and all that shit, like, dude. I'm about that life, dude. I
can do a loop, maybe two, but I can't do too much more.
Give me like 3 or 4 and a couple corkscrews, bro. Let's do it.
I want you to scare me, bro. That's what I want. That's what I want from roller coasters. I want to feel scared.
I can do corkscrews in a car. That's cool.
One of my favorite ones though now, it's not as intense as far as like loops and shit, but it's called Twisted Colossus, and it's like a hybrid roller coaster. So it's a hybrid like rail / wooden coaster. It's like they took their old wooden coaster Colossus and just like, kind of updated it a little bit to where now it's got like 2 tracks, and there's parts where you're like going like through like the old like wooden coaster thing, but then there's parts where it turns into like a rail track to where it's like there's one point where like you go up the track together with the other train that like has already gone through the track, the coaster once. It's like to finish it off, you like race through the fucking thing. And there's a point where like you're on top of each other, like one's upside down over the other, going through like this weird corkscrew thing. And it's almost like you could reach up and touch the people in the train above you. It's fucking crazy, bro.
Like you could almost like both be reaching up and half.
Yeah, but of course they have like a little net there to like keep it from
It's
anybody
like you
like
actually
dropping
couldn't,
it. Yeah.
but like you could.
But it makes you feel like you could, even though there's probably way too much distance where you wouldn't be able to. But like as you're riding it, you're like, oh, what the fuck? There's people right above us. Oh shit. And it's like you're trying to like, oh, our train's gonna win. We're gonna beat them through the fucking track. You know what I mean? It's kind of cool.
That is pretty cool, actually. I
Makes
like
you
the
ready,
idea of like mixing the old with the new that way. Cause like it's I'm a history guy. I mean, I
Because
totally
I remember riding the original one.
Yeah,
The
like
original wooden Colossus. And it was
I-
dope as it was, but like now it's like it gives that extra added, twist that kind of like, whoa, dude, this is sick.
yeah, like I agree. Like preserving that piece of history and then giving it a little extra, that's super fucking cool. It's that little tip of the hat.
It makes me want to like pull up a video so you guys could see like what happens. Let me see if I can even find it.
Oh, I'm sure you can.
Dude,
Uh-huh.
I
There it
definitely
is.
never really had that moment where I was like too scared to go on a roller coaster or didn't like the feeling it gave to me. You know what I mean? I always like, there might have been times that I was a bit scared for sure. But the minute that it was done, I was like, oh my God, I'm so happy that I did that. Like that was exhilarating. It's like I felt
So-
alive, you know what I mean?
So not a roller coaster, but the slingshot ride. Would either of you fuck with that thing?
No.
What is that one?
The one where like
Oh,
you're
here,
in like a
dude, check it
giant
out.
slingshot and they just pull it back and then out of nowhere they just let you go and you zoom.
I
You just
legit,
bounce.
I legit found
I probably would do that.
a ride along for you guys because this shit's crazy, dude.
Oh, we get a ride along video? Fuck yeah.
check this shit
POV.
out, dude. Yeah, POV style.
Yo, shout out to the patrons who are going to get to see this with us.
But dude, this shit's nuts, dude. Because like as you see, it looks like just a normal like wooden coaster sort of situation to start. The one above it there, Goliath, that one's pretty sick too, dude.
oh,
So you're like,
wow.
oh, this isn't that bad.
Yeah,
This is
classic
just
little
whatever, you know?
whoop-de-woos.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, now we're just gonna go up this big ass hill. Oh, look, there's a train already going up. What's all that about?
Blue team versus green team. Oh, shit.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, shit.
And the thing is, that one kind of slows down so you can catch up, like as it's going up the thing. You know what I mean?
That,
And
I mean,
like wait there at the top so you drop at the same time.
they're like, hey. Little did you know a challenger approaches.
It's like, we're going to come up. We're going to outroll you.
Oh, okay, maybe it doesn't stop, but like it's timed perfectly to where when you get to this certain point, like you're literally going right over. You see, you can kind of see it right there.
Oh, shit. Look at that.
Would have been right here if they would have timed it better. You see how the fucking tracks go like within each other?
Yeah, they're really close.
That shit's fucking nuts, dude. And then this guy's there goes start going up, and then the next train will be released.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you do 2 laps.
Yeah, there's two. You do like 2 laps
You
around
do
the track in a second.
the blue lap and then,
Yeah, dude.
that's actually pretty fucking cool. I like that.
But dude, the 2 next to him are intense. Like the 2 roller coasters next to him, like that orange and green one, Goliath. That one's got one of the high. It used to be one of the highest drops. that shit's fucking a gut wrencher for sure. And then the one next to that, fuck, what was that one called? Scream or something, I think. That one's pretty cool.
Oh, did you guys ever like the fucking water slides that are like crazy steep?
Oh, dude, like
hell
like
yeah.
this crazy drop ones and shit.
Yeah, dude. I remember
Yeah, I've been
actually
to
being at
I
one
haven't
in
been to a
Florida.
water park in
Dude,
fucking
I was at Wet
years,
and
dude.
Wild in Florida, probably somewhere near Orlando when I was a kid. And I was probably like 7 years old, 8 years old tops. And I went down this fucking slide. It was called like the Big Kahuna. And I think that it was like 120 feet high. And it was like one of those ones that just like starts like this and then just goes boo, like fucking straight down.
90-degree drop.
Dude, I remember like that was fucking such a rush because once again, like I think I mentioned this not that long ago, like I was fairly tall when I was a kid. So like I was never limited by my height. It was like if I was brave enough to do it, that's
Yeah.
what would. So the minute that I was tall enough, like I knew that I had to do it. So I remember we were there. My brother was like 13, probably something like that. And I was like 7 or 8 years old. And he's like, let's go do the big one. And like, I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. Like, do you think I'm tall enough? He's like, you haven't been like too short for anything all day. So yeah, you're fine. So like we go up there and like, dude, I remember looking at it and like watching my brother go first. And I can remember like being fucking so scared. Like I stepped in those like little pond or tub or whatever. And I'm just like, I like looked at the guy. He's like, you probably don't want to keep your eyes open. And I just fucking kind of like pulled it. It was one of those moments, I think, when I first did it, that I just like barely squeaked off the edge and just like laid back and crossed my arms and was like, is this it?
Am I dead?
Yeah, dude. I ended up like working at a water park for like 3 years as a lifeguard in my like late teens. So I used to always go down the one that they had there, and it was only like 100 feet or something like that. So it wasn't even as bad. I was like, I'd see kids that would be like 14, 15 years old, and they'd be like there with like their little sweethearts, and like there'd be like a guy that would be like, I won't go. And I would just look at them, and I'd be like, I was like 7 years old and I went down something bigger than this, man. I'm like, don't lose face in front of your girl. And they'd be like,
call him out.
And you don't, oh, dude, I do that shit all the time. I don't fucking care. Dude,
Did
that's
him
fucking
dirty,
heartless.
bro.
Yeah, because, dude, I would see people that would walk all the way up there and then they get rejected by like, they would not have the whatever it was to go down, and they'd have to do that fucking walk of shame, dude. That's a long walk.
Like I remember going to like Raging Waters a few times as a kid, and then we used to have this one park that's no longer open called Pharaoh's Lost Kingdom in Redlands. That used to be the shit because they had a dope laser tag place there too. But they had one of those ones. I don't remember how tall it was, bro, but like I remember being like terrified to go up there, dude. And I'm like, the same situation. I'm like, oh, I'm sitting in the little thing. I'm like, fuck. I was like, because I was afraid I was gonna fall out of the slide.
That's
like,
what
I was gonna go
dude.
over the edge and like not be, because people say like as when you go down, sometimes your back doesn't feel like it's touching the slide, at points.
Definitely not. No,
because there is points where like you're legit just like falling and it's just kind of there to guide you the rest of the way down. You know what I mean? And dude, I was so fucking scared because I was a pretty small kid and it was the same situation. I just was tall enough to get on it, dude. But I was probably maybe a little bit older than you were. Maybe, I don't know.
Like 10 or 11 or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I could have been even the same age. Who knows? But anyways, I fucking did it, dude. And dude, it was such a fucking rush, bro. Like, I just remember, like, dude, now I look at those ones, like those dope water parks that have the ramps at the end of the fucking slides. Have you guys seen those? Where I want to do one of those like so bad, bro. I want to do it so bad. Like, dude, I'm so down. So I wouldn't even think twice, bro. I would like run and dive into it and like get extra air.
Dude, I remember there was like these like one, I can't remember what water park it was. There was like a few water parks near where I grew up too. They were like fairly big. But they had like a speed slide that instead of it being just like the trough at the bottom that would slow you down, it would actually like skip you off into a pot, like a pool, I guess. And like you could get going good enough that like by the time you're done, you'd end up like skipping across the water before like you'd fucking.
Dude, have you seen that one where the dude comes launching out of the fucking slide and literally just skims across the top all the way to the other edge of the pool and just literally pops up and walks away?
Oh no.
Gangster.
Dude, the cleanest fucking shit I've ever seen in my life, dude. You knew this guy probably worked there because like he probably had practiced this multiple times. Because dude, he literally just comes flying out of this fucking slide, bro. Just skims on his ass, just cross the water perfectly, hits the edge of the pool with his feet, just pops right up and walks. I'm like, dude, I wish I could find this video so I could show you guys this. I'm gonna try to find this video. Because, dude, it is crazy. What would it be titled?
Yeah,
Slide.
I did the whole like 90-degree straight drop when I was a kid too. Again, same place, the Riverside Park. Before it was bought by Six Flags. That theirs was they had built one there, and we had done that when it had first opened up. And yeah, same experience you guys had. You know that you're not touching that slide at points, but it's too much fun. For whatever reason, I loved water slides. I was into it. And
dude, I loved all of them. Yeah.
Speaking of water parks, I had teased in a prior that I live near where Grown Ups was filmed.
Found it. I fucking found it, dudes. I am fucking killing it right now.
Water Whiz.
The old Google Foods here.
Water Whiz, the park they filmed in is in Wareham, which is like a maybe 15 or 20-minute ride from where I live now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. So they filmed in a lot of these areas around here.
Fuck.
I honestly, as long as I've lived here, I've never been there because it's like the shitty water park.
Oh.
So that's why like a lot of people go elsewhere. I mean, it's there if you want to go, kind of a thing. You know what I mean? But it's like it feels like it's in a Walmart parking or a rundown Walmart parking lot, basically.
Oh shit!
All right,
check this shit out, dude.
Let's see this.
You guys ready for this? Watch this, dude. Boop. Just pops right out at the end.
What slide did he come down? How's he even going that fast?
It's a little green one right there.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't really need to see the whole thing. I just wanted to see the fucking video of the dude.
Is that even real? Like, it's gotta be real.
Okay, so I guess it's that specific slide people are able to do it on. Crazy.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought that they'd be going that fast.
It looks like it's one of those straight drop ones that comes through the middle of all the crazy ones, sort of thing.
Oh.
I mean, it's a short pool, so it looks like if you position correctly, like he does, he gets just the right kind of aerodynamic or hydrodynamic across that water to just skate all the way across.
It looks like he kind of keeps his legs crossed and like kind of leans back a little bit as he comes out of the slide.
It's like off the back of his legs and his butt. Just like,
yeah.
So I agree. I think 110% that dude must work there. And that's how he ends his shift, is probably by dropping down that slide to go back to the locker room. And he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna go take a shower anyway.
Whenever I used to fucking move positions, your damn fucking skippy would go down that shit.
Yeah, right? Like,
especially because you'd be working during the day and it'd be hot as fuck.
Yeah.
And you're just like surrounded by concrete.
You're like,
park.
My shift's up. Fuck you, kid.
Yeah. It's like, oh, somebody came to fucking relieve me. So now I'm just gonna fucking go down this fucking sick ass tube slide. Let's go. They actually had like these like, well, they probably have more now because fuck, I haven't worked there in over 20 years, but it was like the water park at Canada's Wonderland, and it was huge, right? It was like the biggest water park that I'd been to, probably. Like it was like the equivalent of like what Wet n Wild was when I was a kid. So like it was like equal to the biggest water park I'd ever been to. And they had these fucking 4-person tube slides where you would go down with 4 people in the fucking tube. Dude, if you could fucking go down with like 2 people and you knew what was up, you get going up so high on the walls, and you could get like some real good speed going, and you could fucking skip out the bottom and shit. It was fucking awesome.
Dude.
I used to love it too when you'd see somebody and there'd be like a heavy person on one side and like a light person on the other one, and the heavy person would come off the end of the slide backwards, and they'd be like, ah. And then they'd fucking dip the fucking thing in, and the small person would just get launched right out of the fucking tube because it would like hit the edge and it would just like start to go like that. And so the person that was on this side would just be like, fucking launch.
Dude, that's hilarious. Like almost like a fucking blob situation.
Yeah, dude.
That's hilarious.
That'd be fucking
dude.
hilarious.
I have to go back into the video and cut that face that you just made for the because it was epic. That was one of the best faces I've seen for an face ever.
Oh man. Good
Oh, my
times,
God.
dude. I miss doing shit like that.
Dude. Yeah.
I feel like I'm
100%.
too old for it now.
I mean,
Like just physically, like I don't know if I'd be able to do half the shit that I used to do.
we keep being on this fitness game. We're gonna be all right. Next summer, we're gonna be able to hit these water slides and do these
I'll
jumps.
tell you what
and
though,
all
bro,
these
my back be
backflips.
sore as shit right now. It's still that's one thing I think I really need to work on is just work on my back strength, dude. Because it's one thing that I always
Gotta
have
get
like
that
pain
core
or strain.
engaged.
Yeah,
That core
But then-
strength is a bitch.
get some crunches, some squats, and some all that stuff in there.
Pick up a skateboard and just try to stand on it without fucking falling off for 10 minutes. Like, oh
No, what
shit,
I
my
should do
balance
is get
isn't
one-
as good as I thought it was.
I should just get one of those little balance board things where it's got like the little fucking tube and the plank, and you stand on the plank and
Oh shit, yeah. Remember that weird one from back when we were kids? Maybe Overtrip remembers it more. It was like the fucking looked like Saturn. It was like a fucking gym ball with like a plastic plate in the middle.
oh yeah, it was like a half a fucking gym ball with the plate on the top, and you stand
Yeah.
on it and just try to keep
Oh,
it
pogo
like
ball?
Is that what it was called?
Yeah, pogo ball.
I just
pretty-
remember them
pretty
being
confident.
like in like all sorts of different places as a kid growing up and like
Yeah.
never really understanding what the point of it was besides
It was-
like
It was like a
balance.
pogo stick, but without the handle, and they called it a pogo ball. And yeah, dude, you could just jump on it, and it would be like the little plastic fucking,
you'd squeeze it with your
outside.
feet to hold it
Yeah.
in between your
And
feet.
then
You'd
you'd
jump
bounce
on
along.
it. Yeah. But you
just
could
like the
also
spring off the fucking.
I think that was the
dude.
general
I
idea,
have
but then
fucking pogo
eventually they
ball.
figured out, that you could also use it as a balancing tool.
That was how you were supposed to use it?
Yes,
Well, I feel like
man.
it started off as like an exercise balance thing, but then someone was like, "Hey, man, but if you jump on these and bounce, you can it's almost like a pogo stick. We could totally rebrand this and market it to kids."
Bro, I had no idea that was its point.
Google pogo ball.
Yeah, I'm literally looking at one on Walmart.com because apparently you can still buy the original pogo ball.
Oh, for sure.
From like the 1980s era.
I had a blue one with an orange ball.
Yeah.
I had no idea that was what its point was. Like I said, I remember as a kid
Dude, I
seeing them
remember-
and not being like, what do? You stand on it and you wobble?
I remember
This is
these ones
not fun.
exactly, bro.
Oh, that one's fancy.
Oh, that was a dope one.
I remember. That's like back like when they redid them, like in the 90s with all the day glow colors and shit.
Yeah, I just remember like,
Cause dude, like, look at this shit, dude. Look at this one, bro. This one looks intense.
Oh,
Dude.
black and green. You got James's heart.
No, well, that's not why I clicked on it. I'm just saying, like, look at how crazy the ball's misshaped. It comes with like a pump and like. It almost looks like you're jumping on like a dodgeball. Remember the dodgeball?
That's like a trick, or that's got to be like a trick one, man.
Yeah.
yo.
That's like the high end performance model.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
for like the pros.
Are there pogo ball leagues? Oh no.
For
Oh
what?
no.
What you do things?
Oh yeah,
on
because I
pogo
even remember
balls?
these ones, the ones that came with the hand. Oh, that's not even there anymore. Shit. It'd come with like a string handle, so you can hold on to it and pull the ball like as you're jumping, so it doesn't get away from you. And eventually, you could take it off, or it would break. Or people, or you'd have the buddy would swing it around like a fucking mace and try to hit you in the fucking head with it.
Yikes. That's a great friend.
Yeah, you know, kids will be kids.
Well, 100%. I know I remember when I was a kid, we had a chili pepper fight. Talk
Do
about
you
a
remember sock and boppers?
Yo, I want sock and boppers as a married couple.
Dude.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're a married couple, a married person listening to this show, and you start having any kind of marital difference, I highly recommend you get yourself some sock and boppers. There
Here's the
is
thing,
no
though, dude.
marital difference that can't be worked out with a set of sock and
You can still do
boppers.
some damage with some sock and boppers, bro. We broke plenty of things around the house with those things.
Yeah, but you're not going to leave marks on each other, so you can get that aggression.
And here's the thing, though: if you catch somebody on the edge of one where it's got like where
the
seam
rough
is,
that yeah,
it'll
Ooh,
leave a little straight, bro.
Cut a motherfucker with down.
I had a couple of them growing up,
Maybe have a Nerf gun battle,
dude, all day.
Settle those fights.
Nerf gun battles are the shit, dude. Have you seen dude? There's this like married couple that's like big on TikTok, and they do like these fucking like glitter bomb battle things where it's like they'll just be like, one of them will just be kind of like chilling around the house or whatever, and the other one would kind of be sitting there, and they get their kids in on it too. Like this one I seen, like the mom was like laying down on the couch like just chilling, and the dad was just sitting there like on his laptop or whatever, and all of a sudden the daughter walks in and throws up a pretty big water balloon like over the mom, and all of a sudden the dad just picks up a Nerf gun, shoots the fucking balloon. It explodes right over the mom, bro, and just like fucking, and then he just fucking shoots her with the fucking like a confetti gun. And then like later on, like he's coming home from work or some shit, and she's like hiding off to the side, and above him's like a thing of fucking like confetti or like some shit, and then all of a sudden like he walks in, kicks something, and this fucking thing falls over, and she shoots him with another fucking confetti gun. It's like, dude, they do like epic fucking battles. Sometimes it's even like the powdered like fucking like crazy different color fucking
Oh my
smoke
God.
bombs and shit, dude. I'm like, why would you? And they're doing it like in their house and shit. I'm like,
For the content, bro.
Content.
bro, they must fucking really.
They probably write off the fucking cleaner coming to their house like twice a week.
Yeah, their maid probably hates them.
No, she probably loves them because they're like, yo, these people make so many messes, and I just clean it up, and like I just have to concentrate on one area, and I'm making bank from these people being
Well, no, they
dumb.
do it all over the house, bro. It's not just one area of the house.
Oh man, I'd be so bullshit. I'd be so bullshit. Although, as far as like projectile things go, I did get my hands on a bug assault gun. Best.
Yeah, dude. I can't believe those things. Corey sent
Dude.
me like he sent me a text with like pictures of his that he uses at his work. I was like, that's fucking for killing flies and insects. That's crazy.
Yeah, bro. It was the best dumb investment I've ever made in my life. For people who don't know what the bug assault is, this is a plastic pump action shotgun that you load with table salt, and it uses compressed air from pumping it, and that's what projects the spray of table salt, and you can use it to shoot flies and other insects that are being pests in your home, and it's safer in a lot of cases than the traditional fly swatter, and a lot more fun than fly paper and other traps. So yeah, super entertaining, dude. I took out a couple flies with it. I was able to give it to my wife, and I turned her loose on some flying bugs that she didn't like that got in the house. Best investment ever. Once again, if you're a married couple and you're listening and your wife hates bugs, husbands, I'm telling you, buy yourself a bug assault and just give it to her. But here, now you can handle your business with the bugs. Best investment ever. Oh my God. Yo. Unbelievable. So yeah, people, highly recommend it. It'll solve your bug problems. Who doesn't want to
get one? Because you can get like attachments and shit for them, where you can get like a fucking laser sight and like fucking all kinds of shit.
Yeah, dude. It's so entertaining to be like, Hasta la vista, bitch.
I kind of want to get
Boom.
one too, just because. Why not?
I happened to decide to order mine around the 4th of July time. And so they were running a sale on this America Stars and Stripes limited edition one. I was like $10 off the regular price. So I was like, fuck it. I'll take the Stars and Stripes America version in order to save $10. Let's go. And yeah, so much fun. Such a worthwhile, silly investment. Oh my God, too much fun. So that's been a thing, dude. I highly recommend everybody try it. Oh man.
See, I feel like I would just be shooting salt all over my house sometimes.
Sometimes
Sometimes like mosquitoes getting in, but mosquitoes are so dumb, you can kill them easy. So maybe that would not be worth it for mosquitoes per se.
yeah, but like a common house fly. We had some flying ants. We had a bout of rain and some flying ants got in a little while back.
Dude, they've got like a revolver version.
Yeah, dude.
I think that's what Corey has more so.
No, Corey's got the original bug assault, or it's 2.0.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's an older model. The revolver one is like a straight up like pistol style. Dirty Harry, that bitch. Kapow. Far less kickback on this thing than a real gun.
Yeah, I imagine. How much salt does it actually shoot out?
A relatively small amount. Like, I mean, I've put the salt in the reservoir. It's been fired 7 to 10 times. It barely looks like we've moved any salt out of the reservoir.
Oh, okay.
So like, it's not an excessive amount by any means. Just
Dude,
enough.
have you seen these other things too? These new splat guns where you shoot like Orbeez at each other.
Yo, that could get out of control.
Yeah, dude. Apparently they're pretty high powered, dude. Because there's this channel I watch on YouTube where they do like fishing challenges and shit. And they bought one of these, and it's like they had like this punishment, like if you broke off on a fish, you got shot 1 or 2 times, or if like you caught the wrong type of fish, you had to get shot a couple times. So one dude just literally sat in the back of the boat while these other 2 dudes were fishing, and the entire time they were just getting blasted after like missing a hook set or whatever. And dude, they were like getting welts and shit from these things, bro. Like, they weren't just your old soft little projectile, as you'd think, I guess.
It's just a step below a paintball, I take it.
Yeah. Because I would expect that, like the ones that are welt, they're probably ones that don't splat. You know what I mean? The ones that probably hit you and bounce off.
That's rough. That's a tough punishment, man. Getting shot by like the BB gun of paintball guns, basically. Oh
yeah,
man.
I wouldn't want to get shot by a BB gun.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, I can't say I know.
Yeah, it sucks. Don't do it.
Yeah. Didn't you guys see that movie around Christmas time? You'll shoot your eye out, kid. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
It sucks.
Story.
Dude, an actual BB gun, like with the metal fucking BBs, will fucking penetrate skin, dude.
Oh yeah, like you can kill small animals with it.
That shit fucking hurts, bro. I had a buddy that thought it'd be funny. And it wasn't. At least for me.
Yeah, decidedly not. Decidedly not. Well, shit, man. That's
The more I talk about it, the more I realize I didn't have that great of buddies growing up sometimes.
yeah, fuck that guy.
Dude, it's like that wasn't just one guy.
Yeah, thankfully my friends and I never shot each other with BB guns. The plastic pellet gun one we did. We definitely shot each other with that.
Yeah, I got shot by paintball. It's like not at a paintball event. But
Bro, side note, Mango Gem, bro. Mountain Dew. That's the shit.
It's a gem.
I hope it stays around, man. I hope it doesn't just disappear. Which it's probably going to.
Yeah.
It's gonna be very upsetting because it's just fire.
I'm in agreement. I wish that would become a more permanent flavor in their lineup. I would like it forever and always. Thank you, people of PepsiCo.
Mountain Dew Incorporated.
People of Pepsi.
They're like, yeah.
See
Whatever,
my
podcast
dreams
guys.
to reality.
They don't give a shit.
People of PepsiCo.
Yeah.
Don't
Whatever.
do me dirty.
Whatever, podcast guys. Go ahead and smoke another bowl. Don't you worry. I will.
We could do that. I'm down.
But
What should we do here? What should we do? Let's
but
do
I
one-
want to wash
one
it
last-
down with a mango gem.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Let's pick another strain here out the box those strains here for the patrons. They get to see all of what's in here. There's all kinds of goodies, dude. But let's see. Let's go with the West Coast Cure. Let's get back on this sativa, bro. Let's get back on this banana dream life. I'm liking
Dreaming
it, dude. It's so
about
tasty.
bananas.
The terps.
Talking about terps, you ever have a moment where you smell a strain and you're like, yo, this particular strain has to be part of its lineage. And
yeah,
then,
1000%.
yeah, like I have some platinum Kush and I smelled this platinum Kush and I was like, it's got to have some haze in its lineage somewhere. It has that like floral note of a haze. And so I did a little Google food through some of the seed companies and breeders, and sure as shit, there it is. There's a haze that's in its lineage. And I was like, holy crap. Well, what do you know?
Is it super silver haze?
I do not remember at this point.
Oh,
But-
How do you know? It was there.
son.
It's good. And that's all that
What
matters.
have you been partaking on, Chris?
Some Gassy Mac 1.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
Yeah, it's pretty good actually. I'll fucking hit another bowl to it.
Oh yeah, dude.
But yeah, no, it tastes good. I actually just finished what the fuck was it?
Was it the pink Kush?
No, I might have actually been a good boy and thrown away the actual package that it came in. Whatever it was pretty good. Wasn't like it wasn't like I need to get it again, but it was one of those ones where I was like, oh, that was like a nice pickup. That's
Nice
like what
change of
happens to
pace.
me. Yeah, there's like it has to like really blow me away for me to be like, I need this next time.
Dude,
Next-
I'm kind of getting spoiled.
Next
by
weekend's
this
when I gotta
terp
go
timer.
and get that fucking I forget what it's called now.
The Gluckies.
Yeah, Gluckies. Get that Gluckies. It's because I called yesterday and he said that it was gonna probably be out tomorrow or Monday. So I was like, I'm not gonna risk it going today. I wanted to cut the grass anyways, so I'll just go next Saturday because they'll still have it. He said they had like a few pounds.
Cheers.
Cheers to that.
So I'm probably gonna pick up a half quarter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I feel confident. I got to smell it and it looked really nice and it smelled really tasty. So I'm hopeful that it's gonna end up being just as smelly and tasty and beautiful in the Dynamet.
Wow.
Fucking A, right? I know my plants are starting to look like plants right now, and it's kind of exciting.
I know. I've seen them over there in the shed, bro. They look good.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I should take pictures of mine. You should see how drastically different the two strains are. They look completely. They don't even look like they could be the same plants.
Oh,
As in, like
I know what you
marijuana
mean.
plants.
Like because right now I'm running two different strains, and like I have this hybrid, and you can totally see in the leaf structure the sativa element to it, and then I have a whole bunch of Hindu Kush, and you can see how fat and broad these indica leaves are. And it's like, oh yeah, you are definitely hard indicas. There's no question about that. Pretty little bushes of dark,
Yeah, mine are
dark
both
green.
like supposed to be indica, but maybe one of them's just like a 60-40.
It could be. It could be. It could be that
Yeah, like
one's
one of
got a
mine, it
little.
looks like a fucking bush. It's like real dark green.
you know
The
what
fucking
strains they were?
families and shit, they're fucking crazy. The other one, it's like much thinner looking, but it
Do you know
still
what
looks
strains
healthy.
they were, Chris?
Yeah, one of them's like a grape, and then one's a LA Confidential. I can't remember what grape it is. I'd have to look.
I
I
know
wrote it
LA
down.
Confidential is more of an indica, but it may be a hybrid of sorts. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, I feel like the LA Confidential may be the one that's showing a little more sativa. Well,
Yeah,
let's
it might be
find
grape
out.
vape or grape ice. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll have to
grape ice.
fucking-
Why grape ice sounds familiar is strange to me, but I for some reason feel like I remember you saying it at one time.
Well, here's the thing. LA Confidential is 95% indica.
Yep. Afghani and California indica. So
Yeah. Grape ice, is that what you said, Chris?
No, it's grape. Oh man, I want to say grape vape, but I think that might be like what it's mixed with. I think that it's like an indica dominant hybrid.
Sour grape, grape jelly.
grape
Killer
god,
grape god.
No,
You sure it's not just grape ape, dude?
grape pie, grape stomper, grape soda.
Because most grape strains are going to be indica leaning hybrids or indicas.
Yeah, but like a grape stomper, for example, is a 60-40.
yeah, it's not grape stomper, but I feel like it's not grape vape, but it might be. But I think that it's like grape something. I don't know. I'll get back to you guys.
I mean,
Because yeah, like I'll take pictures of the two of them, and like they look drastically different. Like color of leaves, the structure of the plants, everything.
I believe it. I totally believe it. There's also iced grape. Yeah, that's the fun of weed, isn't it? Is it that with the way that people have crossbred strains and crossbred strains, if you don't remember the name, shit.
Yeah.
Good
On half the
luck.
time, dude, you don't. Some strains you get is just some made up shit anyway, or somebody told them it was this, but you know, it may not be. So that happens quite a bit too.
Well, I mean, like it
And
gets
they're
even
just
weirder.
labeled on the cups, and it just said like LAC or something, and then the other one says like G whatever the next thing is.
Yeah, because it could be grape cheese, like it could be something.
But when
who
I see
knows?
it, it'll click in my brain.
But like it gets even weirder, like because in the legal world they won't use certain language, so they'll change the name just slightly. Then there's like Gorilla Glue is a great example. Some people will call it OG just by itself, OG to stand for original glue, while others will call it original glue, while some will call it GG4, while some will call it, original glue 4. Like it can get really confusing really fast, for real. But
The one thing, dude, I know is that I'm gonna have like so much fucking weed that I won't even know what to do with it.
It's a good problem
Because
to
like,
have.
dude, one of the plants is like almost as tall as me. Like it's in a pot. I have it in like probably like a 10-gallon pot, but it's like probably almost as tall as me right
Fuck
now.
yeah.
And like, dude, it's fucking not even August yet.
Yep. That's the thing. Like I was doing the math today, and my plants, I've had them for 4 weeks, so they're probably at most 5 weeks old. I got a long way to go in these tents, so it's kind of exciting. Although
Yeah,
I do
mine are
think
just going outside. I guess I'm a little bit different, but
I do think though that I may have spotted my first male, so I'm waiting until tomorrow to make sure that I'm right. See if this develops the way it looks like it's developing. But if I'm right, I'll pull that motherfucker out and kill him. But yeah, we are
rest
on our
in
way.
peace, male cannabis plant.
Yeah, sorry, bud. I'm not trying to grow seeds. I'm just trying to clone the ladies. Thank you. I ain't got time to pop more seeds and waste another plant for that. It's too much work. Controlled seed making is crazy. Although I did realize that, I do have a friend who accidentally uncontrolled made some seeds and has, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of blue dream seeds. So come this winter when, humidity levels are low, it's a little more appropriate for a blue dream. I might try to get a few of those, pop those seeds, see if what we can get, just for the fun of it. I know people who love blue dream. My wife loves blue dream. I love the taste of it. It just, if I get too into it, I get crazy. So I can't smoke it too heavily, but the flavor is great. So, I mean, yeah, man, if I can make that happen, that'll be exciting. I'll have a lot of people excited to have some blue dream around, but here, enjoy it. Have some fun. I just wanted to see if I could do it. Oh man, it's such a bitch. It does not like humidity. It molds very easily. It's a very fragile plant. I gotta try. I'll probably kill it, but I gotta try.
Hey, you know what? You don't know unless you try.
Well, that's the thing, right? It's like any other hobby you get into. Sometimes you have to try something a little more advanced to see if you're ready. I'm hoping that by the next time I do a round, I'll feel more ready. And then I'll be willing to try it. If I'm not, well, whatever. He's got hundreds of seeds. He's only one man. I think he'll be okay.
Yeah, he wouldn't have to get seeds ever again. Maybe
if I gotta wait another season to get my skills up before I try again, that's fine. It's fine. He'll have more.
And theoretically speaking, if you have a grow tent, you just need one female. You can just have her as the mother plant.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. If I want, I can just, once I get one, if I want to keep going, I can just continuously clone it.
Yeah.
Which is an exciting thing to get to. I'm not there yet, but I'm excited to get there and learn the cloning process.
When Typhon OG? That's what I'm saying. When?
Oh, trust me, man. That's not on my radar anytime right now. But
one day.
You never know.
Just tell me there's a chance. And if you tell me there's a chance, I'm good.
You never know.
You're saying there's a chance.
This is a never say never moment. You know what I mean? So yes. You never know. That is entirely plausible. But then, right? What do I mix? Right? What do I mix? What do you breed to do that to represent yourself as a weed strain?
Well, first of all, you got to do get some ideas, then do the research to see if they're already in existence. And then from that point, you work on creating it. You make it happen. Because you wouldn't want to put all the legwork in and then you find out, you're like, oh man, there's already a fucking cross between this and that, and it's called this, motherfucker.
But here's the thing, though. Your cross may not be the same as that cross because it may be a different type of a different phenotype. I might end up with a
completely different pheno.
You know what I mean? We come up with the different blend. You know what I mean? That one, yours might come out more indica dominant than his did because your dominant lineage was more on the indica side.
I'm going to just crossbreed fucking GMO with GMO with GMO and with GMO and do a quadruple back cross.
Dude,
you guys see that?
Or dude, just take 3 different GMO fucking crosses and cross those together and see what happens.
My mouth just started watering. The flavor jets crazy, are on.
Dude, it's like that one that I just picked up, which is a crazy fucking flavor profile, dude, because it's GMO crossed with tropical sour strawberry. So you get those garlicky, funky kind of terps from the garlic GMO aspect, but you also get some fruity kind of, more light kind of,
Mhm.
notes from the sour strawberry. So it's kind of a weird blend because you get both worlds in one.
That was one of the things that I loved about Ganja Berry is that like those guys would take fruit terp heavy strains and then press them together to create new blends of rosin. So they'd be like, I want grape pie and straw nana, and they'd literally put two satchels together and press them simultaneously and then create this new flavor of like a strawberry grape pie situation.
Oh,
Like, yeah, crazy, delicious, ambitious, slightly suspicious.
dude,
Yeah.
I want to just create something right now. Not even necessarily weed. I'm gonna like probably make some unique thing for dinner tonight that I normally would never make. I'm
Well,
just feeling like creative at this moment.
I'm
Maybe I should mix some e-liquid.
I'm digging that vibe, man. Because
Dude, maybe you should knock out one of them profiles we gave out to you, bud.
Yeah, I should actually. I probably should.
You know, maybe you should do that, dog.
Maybe I should. I'm not gonna say I will, but I'm gonna say that there's a chance that I will for sure.
Come on, man.
No, I'm
man.
like I said, I'm not saying no, just not saying guaranteed.
He's just being honest. We got to give him credit for that.
It's not
Oh,
Oh,
man.
Well, you know what? I'm off the hook, so I guess I might as well.
Dude, how long have we been trying to get him to do it, bro? Still hasn't.
Well, actually, this faction, it's been only like 2 weeks.
We
This
know
specific
greatness.
task.
We know greatness is lurking. You know greatness is lurking. Duty calls, sir.
Duty fucking calls.
Facts.
We said this a few weeks ago, and I think this is the ultimate way to get you to do it now. So do it for Matt Sinister.
Oh man, how can you fucking do that?
Dang, that's right, because he liked fruit liquids, and he'd want you to make a good fruit liquid.
No, I know.
Bada boom. Get her done. Peer pressure. Yes, that's right. People are tuning in to listen to us peer pressure our friend to mix fruit flavored e-liquid.
This is actually really happening.
This is the pinnacle of this episode. We are peer pressuring our friend on the air.
I shouldn't need it, but apparently I do.
But I mean, just think of the consequence, right? We could, in theory, in a couple of more episodes, suddenly have this crazy announcement of some incredible success.
This is true. I mean, that is the beautiful thing about time. As time passes, certain things can actually be attained. So, yeah, it's possible. It's possible.
You could suddenly find the banger.
I could find the touch.
You just gotta channel the feng shui of the e-liquid world, whatever Qui-Gon Jinn spirit energy there is, and become one with the fruit.
Just tap it. Just tap it.
Do not mix the e-liquid. Do not be mixed by the liquid. Making sure that you mix the. I can't even come up with something stupid. We've reached that level of high.
There's a clear attempt. There's a clear attempt, so I'll give you that.
Be in the liquid, not of the liquid. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh man, boys.
The terps have got me. The head is humming. I'm feeling quite cooked at this point.
It's been one of them days, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty fried at the moment.
Roasted early,
Getting roasted early, staying roasted often. That's what Shedtimes are all about.
Oh yeah.
And well, guys, we're going to wrap this one up a little early, folks, because it's been a long day for us, gentlemen, and we have a lot more to continue to do with our days. And, life continues to roll on. So we appreciate all you listening. And Uncle Chris, tell them where to find you.
All right. Well, thanks to everybody for tuning in. Of course, you guys can check us out at shedtimepodcast.com. Feel free to give that a good old gander. If you guys feel so inclined, you can check us out on Patreon. Not only do you get to watch us, but there's other things in addition to that that you kind of get out of your patronage over there. And obviously, we completely appreciate everyone, regardless if you're just listening, if you're leaving reviews, any of that stuff. You're all a big part to us of this whole project. So thank you. As for myself, you can check me out on Tuesday nights on KVTV's YouTube channel for Mixing It Up, where just four of us mix e-liquid. Just chill. It's always a good time. Come by, check it out. Sometimes we mix bangers. Sometimes we get stumped. But it's all a learning experience for everybody. If you guys want to check out the three of us on Frames Janko Vapors YouTube channel on Fridays, you can do that. It's at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And you're going to watch the green room if you're there. So come by, check it out. We always got a pretty active chat, always a lot of fun. So feel free to do that. And then lastly, if you guys want to try any of my e-liquid, you can go to UncleChrisTestingGrounds.com and you can use coupon code Shedtime. And I think that's everything for me. So I'll just say, everybody out there, remember, live your best life. James, take it away.
So as always, shout out to all the ShedHeads for tuning in and supporting us here, guys. Make sure you guys are giving us 5-star reviews on any podcasting platform if they have that option. That way it helps us pop up in the algorithms, you know what I mean? Helps us out here on the show, helps more people find us and all that good stuff. Make sure you tell your friends. If you haven't already, come tell them, come check out the shed. Everybody's welcome. And with that being said, of course, like Chris said, you can check us out on Friday for the green room over on my YouTube channel. We do ShedHead sessions, build-offs, all kinds of cool stuff over there, as well as I drop some vape reviews from time to time. So if you guys are interested in some different vape products, you can check that out. And as always, we'll just be here in the shed doing the things we always do, shooting the shit, dropping some knowledge on you guys from time to time, and, just having a good old session with the boys. So with that, I'm going to end it as I always do, sending out all those positive vibes, crisp by fives. And as always, little dabble do ya, Sean.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Well, knick-knack, paddywhack, we got really stoned. Now it's time to roll on home. So I'm going to bring it to a close like I always do and remind you, don't let the bastards get you down. Be cool. Don't be a dick. And whatever it is that you do, be sure to have some fun. It's the Shedtime Podcast, and we're going to roll on up and roll on out.
Dynavap. Looking to cut the cord on your dry herb vape? Dynavap. Trying to get the best taste from your herb? Dynavap. Ready to take your sesh to the next level? Then meet Dynavap, the best way to vape your flower or concentrate. Concentrates? That's right, your flower or hash can be vaped using Dynavap. Check out Dynavap.com to learn more. That's Dynavap.com. Lose the ash? Dynavap.
What's going on, Shedheads? It's your boy, Frames Janklin. Are you looking to step up your match game or have a raw copper, brass, or stainless mod or RDA that you're absolutely tired of polishing? Then you need to go and hit up my man Ashton of Palmer's Powders. He does some absolutely amazing powder coating work. He offers many different colors and finishes at an absolutely killer price. This man is taking powder coating to a whole new level, and he can make your setup an absolute masterpiece. You can go follow him over on Instagram at Palmer's Powders, and you can go check out pricing on his website, palmerspowders.com. That's palmerspowders.com. And as always, let's just vape on, Shedheads.
I want you to think of your favorite rebuildable right now. Yeah, okay, so you have a layer cake in your hand, and now you're about... Oh, sorry, yeah, that's not everyone's favorite. That's just mine. So think of your favorite rebuildable atomizer. Think about how good of a vape it produces for you. Now, take that and amplify it. And the way that you amplify that is you put in some Breezestone coils. Breezestone coils are handcrafted in Adelaide, Australia. They're made from some of the finest quality wire that you can get. I believe it's wire Buddha. You take those coils, you take them out of that phenomenal packaging that clearly shows how much care that Adam puts on the quality of his coils and the insurance that you get them in good shape. You put them in that favorite RDA, and guess what? You have coils that now sing better than Celine Dion. Go check out Breezestone coils. You can find them on localvape.com and also steelvalleyvapors.com. Solid.
Waka waka waka. All right.
I'm high as shit.
Yeah, I'm baked.